Hi guys, so today I have this new set to share with you from LDRS Creative that they have brought to HSN for the May 14th craft day. It is now available there. It's called the Lakehouse, so let's check this out. So I did send this item free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So thank you for using those if you would like to. Let's see here. So it should be in the description box, possibly in the little bag that says shop or the icon underneath that says shop. So let's check this out. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so we have dies, we have layering stencils, and we have some stamps. So let's check this guy out. Excuse me, there are a lot of dies on here. So we have some, inspo on the back here, different ways you might want to play with that. Look at the moose. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we have this beautiful like landscape background, that kind of helps you start it off, or maybe that's the foreground, however you want to play with that. We have the little house, the lake house. We have trees, the moose that we saw there, the tree trunks, we look at the little paddle. Oh my gosh. How adorable. A little canoe. Yep, that's a... this portion here of the canoe, the detail. Look at that. And then this canoe there. It's just some trees are taller and shorter and just all different ways to decorate your little house. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then the stencil, it says, it looks like it's maybe, okay, it's just a, about 6-inch square stencil. But on this top portion it has mountain. It says there, the mountain. And then you have like the, snow portion of your mountain, or however you want to do that. And then down here on the lake you have, it says lake, so just lake effects, right, to change that up. So you can see here kind of how they play with that in the background, and then the mountains back there. And then we have this stamp set, and I did have somebody ask a question if some of the new stamp sets are photopolymer or acrylic, and these appear to be acrylic. Yeah, they don't have that photopolymer scent or feel. So if I'm incorrect on that, I will update in the comments, but I'm pretty sure there's an acrylic stamp set. And it says, hope you have the best birthday, miss you, King of the Hill, happy Father's Day, enjoy the good life, sit back and relax, enjoy your day, and you're the best. So I am going to jump right into it. So let me grab some papers, some items that we'll be die cutting, possibly some stenciling, and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to cut down some paper and make a bit of a background, and then we'll go from there. So this is just some heavyweight white cardstock. I'm going to cut it at 5 3/8. Already trimmed down to the sizing I like for a topper piece there, by 4 1/8. You can do 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4, whatever it is that you like for your toppers. And so I'm going to grab something to mess around with this a little bit, because we want sky, we want the mountains, why not? I was gonna focus on the lake area, so I'll still use all the bits though here. So let's see here, let me grab some ink and some daubers probably. I'll be right back. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of blue. Let's make it nice, beautiful, crisp day. Okay, we can go with just a little bit of blue in this topper area. I should be a little gentler with that, because there's definitely a place where I put the circle there. So let's just do a little of this. Okay, and then mountains can go like in here, and I'll switch out to some brown ink. I guess I'll leave this blue out for our water. Okay, come on. Really loving this burlap color, just kind of a light brown. And I'm just holding this at this point. And from there, if you don't want, such a harsh line, you can definitely just keep blending, out of that area. But I want my water to go back under there, and then I want some greenery, like some land up here in front. So let's go back to the blue before I do any of this other stuff. And oh, actually, let's do this. Let's start with this lighter blue. Just get some color down instead of having just like blue accents on white background. So I'm going back into this. It's a little different shade of blue here. Trying to get it up in this area. And then I'll have some green land here, although I did want a little bit more water. I want to do the canoe. I need to get that moose in there. So I'm just doing kind of like a little landscape here, and then I'll bring this back or out and get into that darker blue there. And I can definitely just bring it up top here. I'll be careful at the bottom to kind of mask it with my fingers to keep it from putting too much blue where my grass is going to be. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, there's some water. And then into the greenery. So let me just put these blues away. And we're going to do white peaks on our mountain, but I'll show you how I'll do that in just a moment. What did I say we needed? Oh, greenery, right? Some green. And let's go with this one. I'm going to switch out to this guy. Cute. Maybe a little more up here, huh? Alright. Let me wash that off. Actually, I'm not going to wash my stencil yet because I don't want to deal with water being on there possibly and then ruining my design. So what I'm going to do is just hit this with a heat tool. Make sure it's nice and dry because it does have a lot of ink on there. It's a little bit wet, and I'll be right back. So I think I'm ready. I'm definitely going to dab this with my anti-static pad because I want this white embossing powder to stick to that. And I'm going to use white pigment ink just to really pop it, but the white embossing powder can be applied with clear embossing ink and that'll be just fine. The watermark ink. So, oh, hello, I need the stencil. I'm just gonna go for it. Something. Okay, so we'll bring this back and let's go to our mountains. And that looks good right there. Really, I just need this to put stickiness onto my surface because that's what the white embossing powder is going to stick to. So I'm just gonna do this and try to focus that white powder only there so I don't really have to deal with it anywhere else on my card. So this is white ink. Again, it's a pigment ink. Generally white inks are pigment inks. And I just want that to stick on there. And then I'm going to pass that on to, okay, scrap of paper. I have a piece of vellum here. And like I said, I'm going to try to pour it in a way that just is going to be in that area and not bothering too much over here because I really don't want to stick to everything else on my card. Look at that. We can give it a little flick on the back, and I'm just going to heat set that with my heat tool. Okay guys, and that is that. I did do brown mountains. I suppose it could be very green or whatever it is you want. I don't know, I just went with brown. But I'm going to pour this back into my jar and clean up a little bit before we move on. Okay guys, I have a standard A2 size card here, 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then this, I said it was 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm not going to stick it down quite yet. I'm going to cut some of this tree line, and I'm not sure if I want to, use the whole length of it or however, I might cut them down. So if I do both tree lines, one comes in this way. I don't know that I want to cover everything, So that's what I was wondering or thinking about, just using maybe one little side of it, or maybe just a portion of this guy. That might be good. So I'm going to run these through 2 different greens, and I will be right back. There's all kinds of ways to build up a landscape with this set, like this whole middle piece right here that can kind of give you a different kind of background feel. Let me see here. So I kind of want this back here. Obviously it has to go a little bit higher than that water. See how the water is kind of showing there? And then maybe this one here. That looks really nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue those down. So this one I might go a little bit higher than I had intended there. I don't know why I was thinking so much about what I was gonna do here. I'm like, what am I doing with the glue? I wanna get on the trees. Maybe a little higher up. There, and then maybe this guy can be like here, right? Something like that. Let's straighten that guy out. Nope. Okay, I tried to move it a little bit and I didn't want to, and then it moved a whole lot. There we go. There we go. I'll hold that down. And I'm just going to glue this one down right here. Just the same way, and just hold it down. So with this, you can cut off the excess however you like. You can take it to your trimmer, you can just snip it off. I just like to turn around because that helps me see the very edge of that and helps me work on that. I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment down here. And I still need to make a Father's Day card, so how about Happy Father's Day? So I'm going to pop this over here and just put the sentiment right on there. Of course you can stamp it, cut it out, stick it down, you know, separately and all that kind of thing. Let me think, do I want it there? Maybe we're going to put it up here. That way I can put trees and other things down here. That's good. Okay, so I tucked that up into the corner. That looks good right there, I think. I need some more tape. Just in case I have to re-stamp. I don't want that moving. Even though this is already tucked all the way in there and I got it there. It's just that, you know, we did put a lot of ink, so this paper still feels a little bit wet, so like the tape doesn't want to stick to it. Okay. Happy Father's Day. I'll just ink that up with some black ink. So it'll be nice and stark. That looks really good. Okay, let me clean up and then we'll continue. Go ahead and glue this down, and then I'm going to give it a minute with something heavy on top because I can feel, you know, the layers and how it kind of warps with the heat tool and all that kind of stuff. And that's my little trick. I don't know if it's a trick, but it just works. Just to glue it down. Some people say to run it through your die cutting machine again whenever you have something like this, like when you use like watercolors and it gets a little warpy or something, because it'll just kind of smash it down for you. So what I like to do is I'll hold it until I don't think it's going to move, right? So I'm holding that. So if I were to move my hand and then put something else on top, it might shift and then I would not be happy. So that looks pretty already, you guys. Like, I don't think it needs anything else, but we are going to add some more fun. So I'm just do that and I'll put something heavy on top and I'll leave it there 5 or 10 minutes. Okay guys, it's probably been about 5 minutes and that looks really good. And you can always just put it off to the side, obviously. So what I'm going to do is build up just a little scene, Serene. So I want to put a canoe, I wanted to put the paddles, and I want to use the little moose, and I was like, oh, maybe the bear, like the wildlife, but then does that seem like there's an empty canoe, and maybe the bear had something to do with why the canoe's empty? So I'm like, you know what? Let's stick to this guy, and we'll have our moose. And we will have our canoe. So we need paddles. These are so cute. Just the cutest thing. This is your canoe accent, canoe itself. And I also want trees and things. So, you know, just a few trees. Like if I had some there, maybe this guy. Sorry, that sounds real poppy. And if these guys are in the water and the little moose is over here somewhere. We like 3s and 1s, so maybe this guy over here, and then maybe this little shorter one over here. So I'm going to cut those from different greeneries. We have 1, 2, 3 trunks. I'm going to use them all, that way I can just run them all at the one, you know, through at once, and then, you know, pick another one to run through one more time. I just have scraps of paper here, so I have greenery, I have a red canoe, I have a light brown color for the tree trunks, a dark brown color for the moose, his little antlers. I have a little bit of cream here. And so I'll just get those run through and I'll be right back. let's get some of these guys together, the things that we need to put together. And, you know, the trees, I'll just willy-nilly just choose whichever trunks I think they need. Beautiful. So I have my tree trunks, and then I have my trees here, and then our moose. I'm just gonna put those guys on there, and then grab them by the horns. Grab his little horns here. Are they called horns? That is so cute. I love the shape of them. And then our canoe, kayak. It looks like canoe. So we'll get that guy going. And the images, it doesn't look like it's right in the middle. It looks like it's kind of up towards the top, but kind of in the middle here. So I'm just going to pop it down right here to give a little accent. I did cut the oars out of black also, but wood color would be really cute. Okay, so let me put the rest of my trees there together, and I'll be right back. So let's bring everything, our card back. And I think I had this guy over here, because I like the way that coordinates, like the bright green in the background, but then this kind of olive green in the foreground here. That guy's going to be by himself, basically. And then over here I have this guy. You know, like in here. And then maybe that guy. How did I have it? Something like that. That looks too fake. You know what I'm saying? Too staged. Alright guys, so we don't want that. Something like that. Maybe that guy can pop up. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Put this guy here. And then this guy can be a little bit popped up with some dimensionals here. And then we have our little moose that's just kind of hanging out. Maybe closer to the water. Cute. And he can be kind of behind the tree too, to make it look a little more organic. He's walking back there, right? And then we have our kayak. Kind of like in here, getting ready to go out, I suppose. And, or canoe, whatever it is. I have one leaning against there. Cute. If you want, you can run this guy a couple times through some, you know, maybe the same black or however, and then just layer them up. However you like. That guy right there. Let me get some dimensionals on him and I'll be right back. So I just have these small adhesives that come in handy right now. Just kind of pop them in there. And that is my card. Really sweet. You know, a lot going on, some simple steps, some really cute die cuts, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, LDRS Creative, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, again, possibly in the little shopping bag there. And I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.